Hello, welcome to our channel, the Bible Quiz Masters channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. Today's Bible quiz contains 15 questions. They will help you increase your biblical knowledge about women in the Bible. Anyone who takes this quiz is helping many people in need materially and spiritually. And you will also learn a lot. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. This way you'll receive more valuable content like this. At the end, comment on how many questions you got right. And share the quiz with your friends and family. Now let's get started. Question 1. Who was the woman who, along with her husband Ananias, was punished by God for lying about the offering they gave to the early Christian community? A. Mary. B. Sarah. C. Rahab. D. Sapphira. The correct answer is D. Sapphira. The Bible says in Acts 5 verses 1-2, "Now a man named Ananias, together with his wife Sapphira, also sold a piece of property. With his wife's full knowledge he kept back part of the money for himself, but brought the rest and put it at the apostles' feet." Question 2. Who was the woman who, with great courage, risked her life to save the Hebrew spies in Jericho? A. Deborah. B. Rahab. C. Esther. D. Ruth. The correct answer is B. Rahab. The Bible says in Joshua 2 verses 9-11, "And said to them, I know that the Lord has given you this land and that a great fear of you has fallen on us, so that all who live in this country are melting in fear because of you." Question 3. Who was the woman who, as a judge of Israel, led the people to a great military victory and composed a song of praise to God? A. Mary. B. Ruth. C. Deborah. D. Hannah. The correct answer is C. Deborah. The Bible says in Judges 4 verse 4, "Now Deborah, a prophet, the wife of Lapidoth, was leading Israel at that time." Question 4. Which courageous woman interceded before the Persian king to save her people from annihilation, risking her own life? A. Esther. B. Ruth. C. Abigail. D. Miriam. The correct answer is A. Esther. The Bible says in Esther 4 verse 16, "Go, gather together all the Jews who are in Susa and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my attendants will fast as you do. When this is done, I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish." Question 5. Who was the woman who, along with her husband, was blessed by God with the birth of a son even in old age? A. Hannah. B. Rachel. C. Elizabeth. D. Sarah. The correct answer is D. Sarah. The Bible says in Genesis 21 verses 1-2, "Now the Lord was gracious to Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah what he had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age at the very time God had promised him." Question 6. Who was the woman who, upon losing her husband and father-in-law, decided to follow her mother-in-law, Naomi, and became an ancestor of David? A. Ruth. B. Michael. C. Abigail. D. Jael. The correct answer is A. Ruth. The Bible says in Ruth 1 verse 16, "But Ruth replied, 'Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go I will go, and where you stay I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God my God.'" Question 7. Which woman, known for her beauty and wisdom, visited King Solomon to test his wisdom with riddles? A. Delilah. B. Abigail. C. The Queen of Sheba. D. Hannah. The correct answer is C. The Queen of Sheba. The Bible says in 1 Kings 10 verse 1, when the Queen of Sheba heard about the fame of Solomon and his relationship to the Lord, she came to test Solomon with hard questions. Question 8. Who was the woman who, among a crowd, touched the edge of Jesus' cloak and was healed of her hemorrhage? A. Martha. B. Mary Magdalene. C. The woman with the issue of blood. D. Mary, the mother of Jesus. The correct answer is C. The woman with the issue of blood. The Bible says in Luke 8 verses 43 to 44, "And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped." Question 9. Who was the mother who, in despair, placed her infant son in a basket of reeds to save him from Pharaoh's order to kill Hebrew babies? A. Jochebed. B. Miriam. C. Hagar. D. Abigail. The correct answer is A. Jochebed. The Bible says in Exodus 2 verses 3 to 4, "But when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile." Question 10. Who was the woman who, along with her husband, hid 2 spies in her house and helped protect them from dangers in Jericho? A. Rahab. B. Abigail. C. Jael. D. Miriam. The correct answer is A. Rahab. The Bible says in Joshua 2 verses 4 to 6, "But the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them. She said, 'Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they had come from.'" Question 11. Who was the woman who, known for her hospitality, welcomed the prophet Elijah and had her flour and oil miraculously multiplied? A. Sarah. B. Ruth. C. Hannah. D. The widow of Zarephath. The correct answer is D. The widow of Zarephath. The Bible says in 1 Kings 17 verses 10 to 16, "She went away and did as Elijah had told her. So there was food every day for Elijah and for the woman and her family." Question 12. Who was the woman who, approaching Jesus during a banquet, anointed his feet with expensive perfume and wiped them with her hair? A. Martha. B. Mary Magdalene. C. Mary, the mother of Jesus. D. The repentant sinner. The correct answer is B. Mary Magdalene. The Bible says in John 12 verse 3, "Then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume." Question 13. Who was the woman who, as a mother, offered her son to God, dedicating him to service in the temple? A. Hannah. B. Elizabeth. C. Rachel. D. Mary, the mother of Jesus. The correct answer is A. Hannah. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 1 verses 27 to 28, I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord. And he worshiped the Lord there. Question 14. Who was the woman who, as a mother, hid her baby son in a basket on the banks of the Nile to save him from death? A. Jochebed. B. Miriam. C. Hagar. D. Abigail. The correct answer is A. Jochebed. The Bible says in Exodus 2 verse 3, but when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. Question 15. Who was the woman who, in an act of compassion, offered water to Jesus at the well of Jacob, even though she was from a different people? A. The Samaritan woman. B. Mary Magdalene. C. Rebecca. D. Esther. The correct answer is A. The Samaritan woman. The Bible says in John 4 verses 7 to 9, when a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" I hope you've learned more about women in the Bible. Now just comment your answers and share with friends and family. Subscribe to the channel to learn more and also help others. Check out other quizzes on the channel. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.